let's call on Team Jim. Team Jim. The Wake Up Honey. Oh, I love it. I love it. Team Jim, can you make your way to the front of the room? Oh, a PDF. Fancy. How do you make all these toolbars go in Adobe? Oh, it's beautiful. Jim's is a technically sophisticated thing, so we're just going to give them a moment. Don't start the clock on us trying to mount things here. Okay, one of you guys probably want the microphone instead of me here.
Hi, so we're Team Jim. I'm Nikhil. This is Ken. This is Cecilia. That's my room. And this is our Cap from Jim. We have another team member who couldn't make it here today, but his name is Victor. So the solution we made is called Wake Up Honey. The problem that we were faced with is that Jim has limited lung capacity, as well as only movement and control of his head above his neck, as well as his wife, who is hard of hearing. So he has a hard time waking up his wife in the middle of the night. So the solution we created involved using an already existing technology of sip and puff. Sip and puff is essentially where you communicate by sipping or puffing on a straw, which then connects to another device which you can actuate to do something else. So we wanted to make use of what Jim and his wife Isabella are already using, which is an alarm clock that vibrates under the pillow to wake her up. So what we did is we went out to the local Western Institute of Hearing, and we did a little search on what was already available and how we can modify that so that not only can we build a solution, but Jim and his wife could add on extra additions to that in the future with ease. So,
thanks, Nikhil. We'll quickly start with our solution. So we came up with two solutions, and those two solutions work well in two different kind of environments, and we wanted to answer his problem like, can you exceed his expectations? Can you make it better than what he wants? Can you make it available everywhere, anytime, anywhere, right? So, so for that, we needed some Internet of Things connectivity to it, and that's one solution we came up with was an IoT connected device that can use a phone interface. He has a sip and puff interface that would you could do touch and button presses and whatnot with it. So we use that to make that happen. So we're going to do a quick demo of that one first. So this is a system that this one goes under the pillow of the caregiver, his wife in this case. So here is our app, and so when he has an issue, he just presses a button. And what it's doing right now is that we have a small Wi-Fi connected device here that triggers this SOS button basically, and then that connects to the device and it goes off. So the way to turn this off is that needs to be attended. So we press reset recall here, and that turns it off.
So the two solutions are essentially two access points to the same solution. So to detail that further, the first solution is we wanted a dedicated access point of a sip and puff, a separate sip and puff machine that whenever Jim needs help, he can access that direct connection no matter what. The second solution is a mobile solution in which is connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot on his phone. So if he's on the go, he can still alert his Wi-Fi like a hip vibrator, not just limited to the alarm clock in their bedroom or their home Wi-Fi connection.
Sure, okay, so
what you saw Bikram demo was the cell phone app that's able to actuate this bed shaker device. Now, as you might have noticed, it's in very nice packaging and everything. We didn't injection mold all these pieces over the weekend. This is an existing bed shaker alarm system sold by a company. So essentially what we've done is provide cell phone access to their system. So Jim's wife, Isabel, can take this system home tonight with the bed shaker, but there are also a variety of other things that she can buy that hook up with the same system. So, for example, there's a belt pager that she could also use with the same button system. So you just sync the Wi-Fi device that Bikram showed you to that, and then something she can be walking around the house and be alerted that way rather than just with the bed shaker. Now, the core of this problem initially was that Jim may need help in an emergency situation at night. And so currently Isabel has to set a timer to wake up periodically through the night to check on him. And this is intended as a totally fail-proof solution where there's a dedicated sip and puff device at the side of his bed. So this is a separate access point, as we said, to the same alarm system. So we basically taken a lip sync device and hooked it up to this button that can be, again, synced with the bed shaker alarm. And then all you have to do is blow into this device, or Jim would lean over in an emergency situation, blow into the lip sync, and it would set off the alarm. I assume it's in sync now?
You're ready to go.
Okay, we'll try. All right, fantastic.
So the only change that we had to do from switching from that interface to this one was whatever I was doing when Ken was doing the talk. So a quick press of buttons here 3 or 4 times, maybe takes a minute, and you can switch to a different device. And because we let's stop there.
So cool. So did you write the cell phone app, and that's something he can access through? You said he has an existing interface with his Sip and Puff to actually move his thing. So you wrote the app for your cell phone?
Yes, given all the APIs and whatnot, we did it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's a very friendly API. We had hardly anything to do.
And it connects to what chip that's inside the little box?
There's a photon particle chip in there. It's an Internet of Things. It's an Arduino that has a Wi-Fi interface and an API for that.
Yes.
So on that, if this emergency is a fire that's happening in the place where the Wi-Fi is, I'm hoping that the Sip and Puff is not Wi-Fi dependent, but I'm not quite sure.
It's not Wi-Fi dependent. You're
Excellent.
absolutely correct.
Could you elaborate on, is it hardwired?
I'll let Kenneth do it.
Sure. So the wireless communication might be a little confusing, but basically this SOS button, which may be a little difficult to see behind the laptop here, but this is a button sold by this Serene company that I basically just soldered 2 wires to. So yeah, that has its own very dependable wireless connection up to 200 feet with the bed shaker alarm. And this is hardwired. So the bed shaker alarm can be plugged into the wall. It also has rechargeable backup battery that lasts up to 48 hours. And this little SOS alarm has a battery that lasts 2 years. And the lip sync is USB powered, so that can also be plugged into the wall or a battery power or whatever. The whole system, you can just take and travel with it if you wanted to.
Yeah, actually that was one of our primary concerns, is we didn't want the solution to be limited to only Wi-Fi in case that went down. So that was the reason we made 2 different access points, one dedicated to that and then one with Wi-Fi.
Oh, sorry.
To add to the range, that cell phone device could be connected to data link anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the Wi-Fi network. So fact of the matter, Jim can go anywhere and be sure that if he presses a button, he's going to be attended, at least by the person who cares about him the most. Good for you, man.
Oh, just a quick, I'm curious why you used a lip sync and not just a Sip and Puff switch.
Sorry, could you repeat that question, please?
I'm curious why you used a lip sync rather than just a Sip and Puff switch.
the short answer is because the lip sync was readily available to us. Yeah, if you're familiar with the lip sync, you may have noticed that we're not using any of its advanced functionality with the joystick functionality and that sort of thing. All it does right now is you blow into it and it goes. But that's it's a boon of the open source nature of the lip sync that we were able to easily reprogram it for that purpose. So we had the materials here to build the lip sync. So we made one, and it's very easy to work with. Yeah, everything that's visible there, aside from the wires coming out, is part of the lip sync. So it's all part of the lip sync project and everything. And then there's a very small additional circuit in there that is used to trigger the button.
Wow, guys, that's amazing. Great stuff. Great stuff. Please get a photo with Jim and maybe Isabel.
Our #1 project was for Team Jim, and we called it WakeUp, and that was the buzzer under the pillow.
Team Jim, come on down.
And again, our thoughts on that was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was said that it meant so much to Jim that he came out of the hospital to be here today, and you can see the difference that device would make, and definitely if you need help, you want to be able to know that you can get help. And it also, of course, is helping his wife, and it's just as important to help the caregiver a lot of times as it is to help the person needing help. So again, congratulations to Team Jim and Honey WakeUp.
Congratulations, Team Jim. First prize is a sort of thing in the Raspberry Pi, sponsored by RP Electronics, which I know many of you visited along the way too. So this way, come on, go get the bags. Go get the bags. All right. I do believe there is a special secret bonus prize. Rob, do you want to talk about that?
There is a bonus prize. I have the honor of awarding the Spirit Award. Before I do that, I want to talk about the hack space. I really want to